You're camping again? You guys love that.
We're, oh man, do we ever?
Yeah.
It's life, Chris. Look at me. Look at me. I'm relaxed. I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
I know. You're like,
I
there's
mean,
leaves behind you and stuff.
just leave the world behind and yeah, something like that.
Go
But
to
it's
another
awfully
world.
crowded. It's a whole different
You know,
world here.
just
It's
go to another world because
very
I
cool.
think there's a lot of visitation. You just need to hop on one of those flying saucers when they land.
Yeah,
Right.
maybe.
Right. So we'll have to make
But
up
this
a side note. We'll have to make up some of our own alien abduction stories with flashlights and at night.
which
That
I'm
would make
sure
the swamp files really good. I'm not saying one of us has to get abducted, Mike, but
story particularly swampy swamp file stories.
you happen to be in the woods camping. Watch your six.
And I saw some unusual. Oh man, this is the good thing about this place.
Sleep well tonight.
You do, yeah. We do. Actually, the stars are out. Really, it's been pretty nice. It's supposed to be 80 something today, but anyway, it's pretty nice. Oh, there's another interesting. If you want to look into a really fascinating one that's well documented, is this Lonnie Zamora that happened in 1957 or 58 in New Mexico, outside a small town in New Mexico. This police officer is driving around. Lonnie Zamora.
Ronnie.
And he's out and he sees what looks like to him are two children outside this vehicle, this craft, in this. You know what an arroyo is? It's like a depression, or it's an elevator with
Yeah.
a depression, an arroyo. He
Mm-hmm.
called it an arroyo. And so he thought, well, that looks really weird. So he pulls over. It's kind of outside of town. So he pulls over off the road, gets out of his car, and starts going towards the craft. And when these two beings or whatever see him, they jump the craft and it flies off. He is totally blown away. And so he calls the he is the police. He radios in, and they have within a few hours they have military, federal agents on the scene along I don't know if they were military or federal, with taking they see the depressions, the burnt vegetation, they see footprints.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are there taking this guy. Never really talked about it again, really much. I think later on in life he did, but he just said, it's just police work, and you don't want to get too involved. But it's a fascinating story because it was well documented to the degree that he radios in right away. They get people up there to investigate it. Federal agents show up. I don't know if they were federal or military. It's been a while since I read the article or watched the video, but it's just a very well documented case. And just kind of really fascinating. So that's one.
We can look into it and see what we can dig up.
Yeah. I'll get that one uploaded
and
today.
One more thing,
I
which I came across this guy. He's actually, anyways, Joe Rogan didn't interview him, but it was kind of related to a Joe Rogan show. This guy's name is Joe Jordan, and he does investigations into people who have been abducted. But he specifically is interviews people that use in the name of Jesus, leave me alone weapon, that, or started singing hymns and did something in a spiritual aspect, and the aliens immediately stopped doing what they were doing and actually didn't return. So he's got a bunch of cases, I guess, he's been investigating with kind of looking into the spiritual side of how to basically what's going on. So obviously
that's really interesting. I mean, honestly, whenever I get involved or not not necessarily. That's really fascinating. That would be fun to look into, because more and more people are starting, and of course, everybody has their views, but even some of these some of the people that are looking into it are taking more of a spiritual angle, looking at it from more of a spiritual angle, saying, what we understand as like physical could be something that's transitional, that's kind of interdimensional kind of things that are able to be physical, but they're not necessarily here in this dimension. I don't know, but it is a that would be, let's do that one. I mean, that's really fascinating to
we
me.
can
That's
look
like a
into
whole
some
new.
of his. I mean, he's got, I guess, many studies or cases that he's investigated. He said initially he would just he was interested in UFOs, and then he kind of got it associated with an organization that kind of, they mentioned, or I guess he was in South Korea, and they mentioned that a person that they had talked to used the name of Jesus, and the aliens left him alone. And he's like, well, why didn't you put that in your report? Like, and they didn't really want to add that to the report because they're a secular organization, and they felt that would be too spiritual. They didn't want to start. So he said that it was kind of, for him, it was like, wait a minute.
Oh, that is
Something that
really.
worked to get these people free from alien abductions. Yeah, So then he started researching that specifically, and he says he's really amazed of all the cases that people have been calling him and that he's ended up looking into. But yeah,
Yeah, because
Joseph
I've
Jordan.
never heard anybody that come up in any of the stories that I've heard. I mean, other than that one where the guy, you sent me the link where the guy's talking about the orbs and he's
Right,
throwing them
right.
in. And I
And
thought, I kind of rolled my eyes, thought, oh my gosh, whatever.
yeah, but I think it seems to be more prevalent. And I brought up the Joe Rogan show because he had uh, Tucker Carlson on it, I don't know, a couple months ago, and they did talk about aliens briefly. And Tucker was saying, which I thought was pretty interesting. He said, back historically, you look at ancient times, they're very spiritual oriented people,
Sure.
always talking about, giant, everything seemed to be in the spiritual realm. He said, but that seemed to have ended when we dropped the atom bomb, where suddenly the worldview became more secular because, it was almost like it changed, that we became the gods because we could kill hundreds of thousands of people at a push of a button. I thought that was interesting, that in a way that kind of was a paradigm shift from a very spiritual existence to more of a secular humanistic. But anyways, Tucker Carlson was saying that, and I thought, well, that's a pretty interesting view.
Yeah.
But we can,
I mean, you could. I mean, I
Joseph
think a lot of this stuff. I think a lot of this stuff that has been going on for longer than that, but that's definitely, I would consider that a piece of the puzzle, because we're definitely transitioning from. I mean, I don't know if we were ever like a Christian society. I don't know if that's ever been true, but definitely more Christian than we are now.
Yeah.
That post-Christian or post-Christianity kind of a thing. But that is fascinating. I'd love to watch some of those videos. I'll have to look up.
I mean, if
Name
you
is
could
Joe
offer a
Jordan.
tool of, hey, if you get abducted, use this. I mean, that's something. That's better
Yeah,
than nothing. You can't outrun an alien, as far as I know.
definitely. Hey, look, you're so far into it at that point. Start throwing the
Yeah.
name of Jesus around. I mean, hey, you can't get any. You can. I guess it can get crazier, but that's definitely on
Maybe
the
we could
wild
start
side.
selling little vials of holy water.
Throw this on
The
them.
old squirt gun with holy
Yeah.
water.
Oh,
Uh,
baby, that'll show
the
them.
swamp gas squirt gun defense.
Oh, Chris, I'll tell you what. Oh man,
Hey, when we get,
I
let's do
don't
it.
want to run the name. I don't mean to run the name of Jesus down, but that would be you got a squirt gun, a little cross,
Yeah, yeah.
your alien abduction prevention kit. little.
Of course, in the kit you have the prayer of salvation.
There you go. I mean, that, and you know, we can even get like those little ray gun squirt guns, you know, that look like a ray gun. Just, you know, come on.
Yeah. We go all out. I mean,
all right. Well, listen, I gotta let you go. And
all right.
All right.
So yeah.
Travel salute. Adios, amigo. All right.